I keep having this thought. I think it just sounds good. I don't really know if it has a merit, but it's like fried my brain so I can't overthink. Like I want that to be the title of a video, but I don't know how to go about it. And it's not like fried my brain as in I smoked a lot of, drugs and stuff. It's not like I was doing meth or weed or anything like that to fry my brain. That's the easy way out. That's the cheap way to fry your brain. I'm thinking frying your brain like so much exposure to the world or to hard work or to pressure that your brain's completely fried. There's no more, like, the neurons for thinking have been eviscerated. It's kind of funny, actually. I just had this thought that people don't like overthinking, right? People don't like being too self-conscious. People don't like having their mind full of stuff that they can't grasp or can't really control. But society, like, foists upon us this idea that we have to be these intellectuals. We have to be these know-it-all, these brainiacs that know everything about everything. Brainiacs in politics, brainiacs in art, brainiacs in whatever. Everybody's got an opinion on something, right? That takes brain power. That each thing we put our attention to, like, takes up space in our brain, and we have to think about it. So it's no wonder we're overthinking. There's a song I heard, right? It's a Christian song. It goes like, there's dust on our Bibles and brand new iPhones. It's no wonder why we feel this way. Very good point. Very astute observation by the artist there. Brand new iPhones. That's like, was a scry, like a magic ball, right? You know what? You know in these like old like fantasy movies, how they'd have like some like wizard, some like corrupt like twisted mage like looking into this glass ball, and because he sees too much. The mage is twisted because he sees too much. He has this glass ball that he can see anything, everything, all the evils, all the good. He sees too much for a mere man. He's not. I thought I was gonna drop the phone. He's not God. He cannot handle this information. And it brings me back to Adam and Eve. God knew of good and evil. Adam and Eve did not. They were in bliss. They were just chilling in the gardens, minding their own business. This little rat snake, this little serpent comes up. Good grief, I don't like that serpent. I don't hate a lot of things, but if there's anything that I would hate, it would be that stinky serpent comes up and says, "Would you like to know the knowledge of good and evil?" How enticing, right? Would you like to know? Would you like to see what you should not see, what you've been forbidden from seeing? How enticing, how sinful. And Adam eats, and he knows, and then he becomes corrupted. He becomes twisted by sin, forced to work the earth, forced to pay for his crime of knowing too much, of knowing what he should not have known, doing what he should not have done, disobeying God, right? So bringing it back to the whole frying the brain so you can't overthink. I feel like when we see too much, you'd almost like to think, oh, that's frying the brain, but I think it's almost like puttying the brain. It's almost like mushing it, like just making it melt like goop. People think they're fried when they're watching too much TikTok, but I more think of it as melted. The brain's been melted. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. I was on a bit of a roll there, but yeah, like I feel like being involved and active, it just wipes that away. It just like takes a little like sham wow and just like scrubs your brain clean. It kind of just, all that muck, all that dirt, it kind of just scrubs it clean. Being active in the world, whether it's serving people, whether it's just being physically active, however you're active in the world, being involved with people, super good for the brain. Like literally zaps that muck right away. The greatest zapper of the muck, I'd have to say, is the Bible, of course. I mean, cannot go wrong with the Bible. It is the source of cleanliness, the source of hope, and yeah. But we always want to see more. We always want to see more. And there's this, heard this before, but it's like, why would one read the Bible when there's so much other things to look at, so many more things that are, I must say, at times more entertaining than reading the Bible. I mean, maybe there's a TV show on, maybe invited out to go party or something. Like, who knows? There's a billion cajillion other things we can do other than read the Bible. But and we find ourselves valuing the entertainment more than the actual wisdom, the actual knowledge. But yeah, fried the brain, so cannot overthink. I'm noticing now, I'm almost 24, so I'm still a baby in adult terms. However, I feel like I'm not a newborn. I like to coin this term. When men hit like 18, 19, 20, they're like newborn adults. Like hardly even an adult. They're like just into the world of adulthood. Sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes it takes guys until they're 22, 23, 24. There's a variance, right? Of when we enter adulthood. But I'd like to say at this point, I don't feel like a newborn adult anymore. I don't feel like a newborn baby. I feel like maybe like a 2-month-old, 3-month-old baby. If I need some food, I can cry. Hypothetically speaking, the baby needs food, it can cry. It can do some hand signals. It can kind of communicate a little bit. It can get what it wants without being completely helpless. I don't know quite where I was going with this. Oh yeah. So it's like, I feel like every year that goes by, my brain gets a little bit fried. Like, I don't find myself thinking about stuff so much. I don't find myself being so over analytical, over neurotic. I don't find myself ruminating as much. I don't find myself like locked inside as much. I don't know if that's due to age or if that's due to like other factors. I don't know what it could be, but that's just what I've personally noticed. And I remember talking to somebody, I was probably like 18, 19, he was like 25, 26, and he was saying pretty much a similar thing. He's like, yeah, I know I'm not that old, but like the way my brain worked from when I was like 21 to 22 to like 25, 26 is like night and day. And he was telling me this like story of how when he was younger, he would just like go off the walls crazy. Like he didn't think he was going to make it to 25. Like dude was living a Evel Knievel lifestyle, like doing some wild stuff. Good guy, by the way, absolute lad. An esteemed Laddington, if I do say so myself. I wish him the best of luck. Shout out to you. But yeah, so that's kind of what I feel like I'm noticing now. When you're like 18, 19, 20, 21, your brain is like putty. It's got to get fried. It's got to get zapped a little bit. I've heard of like, I don't know, my dad said like, you got to get kneaded over. He told me I have to get kneaded over a little bit. I gotta get beat up by life a bit, to not be so in the head, to not be so over analytical, overthinking, if that makes sense. But Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good thing though. However, in one sense, you know, you might be a little bit afraid of the fryage. You might be a little bit afraid of having your brain deep fried by life. Because I feel like chilling in the oven too long, you know, we all gotta get cooked a little bit, right? Everybody's like, oh, we're so cooked, we're so cooked. Everybody's gotta get cooked a little bit. Well, I feel like if you're in the oven too much, you know, if you're overcooked, that's bad. Yeah, don't get overcooked. Don't get like completely mogged by life. You know, we're all like we gotta get cooked a little bit. But if you just let yourself sit in the cookage too long, just completely fried, yeah, then you're done for. Then you're toast. Literally, you're toasted. So it's kind of a balancing act. I don't really know where I'm going with this. But yeah, get cooked. You know, get cooked a little bit by life. You know, go out there, mess up, fail, make some mistakes, try again, and realize that, okay, if I get cooked, that's okay. You know, it's okay to get burnt a little bit. It's okay to get a little bit fried, you know, a little bit deep fried. It's okay. But just try not to hang in there too long, you know, try not to chill in the oven for too long. Find your way back out. But yeah, I really think it just comes down to putting yourself in difficult situations, being okay with quitting your job, even if you're not ready for it. Be okay with moving out. Biggest W of all time. If you're 20s living at home, I'd suggest move out. I mean, it'll probably be the greatest thing you ever do in your life. Probably the greatest thing you can do is just move out, even if you're not ready. Yeah, you'll probably be broke. Yeah, you'll probably lose all your money, but you may just gain a piece of your life. So I feel like that's a good trade-off. I don't know, try a martial art, get beat up, get crushed, get cooked, you know, jiu-jitsu, get absolutely mauled. Oh man, I remember some of my earliest memories of jiu-jitsu. I've only been trained 3 years, but like first year, dude had me knee on back. Like there's knee on belly. I got knee on backed with my arm behind, like straight up bully, like bully mode. Arm behind my back, just cackling, just laughing like a sicko, like an absolute psychopath. And I'm just like, help, I can't do anything, help me. Absolutely cooked, fried, obliterated, ego demolished right then and there. Excellent experience. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. I hope you found value in it. Do take care, and until next time, peace.